Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Citizen Sleeper. Um, yeah, you know what? Let's just get right into it. While it loads, just a refresher. Last time we got out of the container, we built ourselves a brand new apartment. We found what's really going on with the space mafia, and we helped kill like the one guy. And we didn't do enough babysitting, so Lem and his girl, they didn't get the trip on the ship, but we found out that it was rigged anyway, so they wouldn't have gotten a trip anyway. Yeah, lots there. Check out the other YouTube videos, but let's get right into it with Moritz, who is a friend of the woman we got to know last time when we went and spent some time up in the middle section of the eye, and we paid them some money so they could get us some work. Kind of weird. We'll see how it shakes out. But yeah, welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. Let's see where we land today. Hey, a quiet voice greets you as you leave. Sleeper, it's me. Who? Moritz. He pauses. I work for Bliss? He rubs the back of his head. You're not an easy person to find. Yeah, I don't really have an address. Moritz holds up his hands. Moritz holds up his hands. Hey, no judgment, it's cool. We both stand there for a moment, each waiting for the other to speak. So? Yeah, well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in, a real big one. She's asking for you to come up and help her out. He nods sagely. Yeah, okay, soon. Soon, he repeats back to himself. Look, Bliss said I've got to get you right now, so, you know. He shrugs. Now is better than soon. Mart stands there for a little while, unsure if the message is delivered. Yeah, okay, I've got it. Cool. He looks around. Bliss just likes me to do a thorough job, you know. He rubs his hands together before burying them in his jacket pockets. See you, Sleeper. Moritz ambles off down the corridor, kicking at a filter cap on his way out. Time to head to Bliss's Bay then. Is it though? Because, yeah, I know you feel like you have highest priority over me, but I gotta find my bearings first. I have an upgrade available. That's awesome. How is that? Oh yeah, because can't really do anything without 2 upgrade points, so that'll have to wait. Alright. What are some of the drives that we have? Still need to disable my tracker. Oh yeah, we have to wait for this. Enter the Greenway. Done some work of that. Right, so last time when we left off, there were a lot of drives that were just waiting to be fulfilled. Just had to give it a couple of cycles, and I think they're all going to come due in a little while. So let's get prepared for that. Flotilla aid. Memphis needs Mudstocky caps, which we have one of them, so we need more. We need to grow mushrooms. I thought we'd already harvested them, but okay, fine. This is Bliss. Rico, botanist. Oh, Rico. Rico wants to help her understand the closed ecosystem of the Greenway. That's right. So last time we did a little bit more work into the Greenway, and I want to pick up on that. But this is a drive that I'm actually kind of sort of excited about. That's the improving the Overlook bar. And it's a drive that is, like, takes a really long time, but for some reason, I don't know, like, I'm kind of gravitating towards having my own housing unit here and then having a place to work at the Overlook bar. So this is going to take a long time, so let's dump some dice into this. It's an engineer +1. What's my chances here? Okay. And then with a completely yellow die, I have 100%. So the reason I'm trying to figure out what dice to place in here is this takes such a long time. I want to make this worth my while. I'm kind of thinking, so with the perfect dice, I'll definitely get 2 charges. But I might need that for something bigger. So yeah, you know what, let's take it chill. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Let's do another one. Yeah, perfectly fine. I got a scrap item. Oh, that's nice. That's good. I can sell those. And I think I need to start worrying about my next dose. Oh, okay. Let's pick up Rabia. What she has to say. Even before you enter the office, you can hear the sound of Rabia working the heavy bag. She's hammering it, the chain creaking as it shakes with each hit. She's been like this since Sabine doesn't finish the sentence. They're sitting on a stool, looking at the terminal in the corner, searching through the SNARP data you pulled all these cycles ago. How have you been? You've been communicating to me via recorded tapes? So, do you want to have some conversation? I'm well, Sleeper, happy to no longer be hunted. They smile. Yatagan has plenty to deal with, and without Yannick, I'm free. They glance nervously at Rabia. Rabia stops punching, and in the silence you can hear her breathing hard. Sabine looks over at her, and you sense something between them. You realize you haven't seen them together since they tried to kill each other in this same unit. A lot has changed since then. Oh yeah. Listen, I am picking up your vibes. It's fine. I can go if you don't need me. They hooked him up like a puppet, Rabia hits the bag, rigged that thing in his head so they could control him. Pushed the old Yannick out. I don't know why you let them in. Rabia throws a few more punches. But it's a lesson. Don't let them in. Another flurry. Yatagan shouldn't deal with corporations, and we never will again. She spits. That's what spitting is like. For those who've never done it. Rabia comes away from the back. It's a war out there with Yannick murdered. They're all looking for the killer. There are claims of coup in the organization. People are taking advantage. She rubs her head. No good will come of this. Sabine interjects. Not true, come on. They turn to you. Now the connection has been broken. I've been looking at removing the trackers from the implants and yet against enforcers. It's a significant job, but I think with time I can do the surgeries. Rabia scoffs. Time? Yet again will tear itself apart in the next 5 cycles. She thumbs the back again and walks away to the far side of the unit. Sabine watches her go, concerned. She'll get there, they say to you, not looking away from Rabia. It's impossible to deal with all this. Hey, what now for you? Sabine looks over at Rabia. Want to help fix this mess if I can. There's the implants, and I want to return to my surgery. The low end needs doctors. What I understand now is that Yatagan can be something if we want it to be. Coming here from SNR, from the core worlds, all I saw was a gang. And with Yannick keeping me on a tight leash, they shudder. Rabia believes, and I want that belief. They look unsure. I also want to be done with SNR, but I doubt they're done with me. They glance away, rubbing their shoulders. So are you and Rabia... Sabine fixes you with a look. Yes, Sleeper? Oh, yes, Sleeper. Isn't that obvious? They smile. Well, I mean, it is, but again, we're just still making conversation. I can't believe you don't know how this works. I've been wanting to say, Sabine begins nervously. And I'm sorry that I didn't tell you where it came from. I know I've apologized before, but I want to again. They pause. Properly. Okay? How about you give me free meds? When I leaked the data on the Sleeper program, it was to try to help people. Like you. They grit their teeth. But after all the cycles here, being pushed down, pushed around, trying to survive, all that got away from me. So when you turn up, they sigh, it shook me up. They run a hand through their hair. But I ended up here, so... They look at Rabia. Oh, of course. They reach into a pocket and take out a handful of vials. These are the last of the case. You can have them. They drop them into your hands. Thank you. Thank you. That's the minimum you could do for me. After these last few, I don't know what we can do. With the SNARP connection broken, they look down. But I know there are other ways. Repairs, other pharmaceuticals. I even heard there are some labs out in the Greenway. Perhaps they can help? They meet your eye. I'm sorry I can't do more. Oh. Oh, so you're cutting off my drug supply. Thank you for everything. They look away, their eyes bright with tears. Rabaya crosses back to you both and sits beside Sabine. They look at each other, and you can't help but smile at the idea of them together. Or are you two plotting? Rabaya grins. Sabine laughs, and the sound is a welcome one. You watch the two of them teasing each other and smile. Yeah, well, you don't need drugs to survive, right? Like, you're all happy. Later, when you leave, you take that handful of vials out of your pocket and look at them. You can still feel that core of anger deep down inside, and you don't know if it will ever leave. But S and ARP doesn't own you anymore. They can't, because this place, these people own you. What? They're what makes you get up every cycle. They're what keeps you breathing. That doesn't mean they own me. That just means they're friends. You put the vials away and walk through the low end, your senses tuned to every sight, every smell, and every sound. Soaking it all in. Living. Yes, thank you for the upgrade point. All right, so let's have a look. I can use self-repair to repair a condition, which, you know what, is not too bad. So, and okay, so the reason I'm thinking is this: the upgrade perks there on the right-hand side, they're not the best. I could deal without them. I would, but there isn't like if I have 3 points, I can give +2 to my skills. And I'm kind of thinking, what is a skill that I'm using often that could really profit from another +1? And I feel like engineer is actually that case. So I'm kind of like inclined to go self-repair, because if I don't figure out how to get more of those vials, I'll need that. Although right, I already have that, I think. But I kind of want to get to the +2 here on engineer. And that is this route. So let's go for it. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. You know what? We got some scrap components. Why don't we try that out? All right. So perk self-repair. Input 1 scrap component. I'll try that tomorrow, because I don't know how much condition is going to give me. And I still, like, it's not necessary right now. So let's try it tomorrow. Oh, and oh my god, I think I keep forgetting feeding the stray cat. So here you go. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. That wasn't too bad. I know they still want me up in the eye, but I want to check on the greenway. What do we have here? I'm still waiting for the tracker feedback. The aviary. Have I... Well, I can harvest mushrooms here. Let's do that. Because I want to get more of the matsutake. Good! And I got clubhead. Okay. Nice. Okay, I've done that. Oh, that was actually a perk. Yeah, thank you. I don't hate that at all. Germinate spores. Oh, but I don't have spores yet. So, and I have only shitty dice, so let's see if I can get some better ones. Very nice. In the Hi-Fi labs, I need to deliver spores. That's right. I need to get those spores, but let's check up on... up here to the hub. And that is... Oh, the side rail has docked here now. Interesting. Let's check it out. Oh, I can find a way on board if I wanted to. I don't hate that at all, but let's go check. What do we have here? Ember's Wake. Malfunction in fuel tank. What do you want here? That's my contract. Okay. Cool. All right, really nice. So I can... So I need to seal the leaks. I need to do it in 3 cycles. And I can either do it through recladding, which will cost me energy, or flushing the system, which might attack my condition. But I have a pretty good die here, so that's not gonna screw my condition whatsoever. So let's do that. That's pretty safe. And I got scraps for it. I like that at all as well. That's half a job, so let's leave it here for the time being. Is there anything happening in the gimbal lounge? I can buy a spacer meal, which is probably going to give me energy. I don't need that right now. Anything in the hub? Oh, I can still socialize. I do want to do that, but with my last die, I do want to push the Greenway, the Green Belt. Greenway Belt? Yeah, the Greenway Belt a little bit more. And that means I want to get some spores. There, collect spores. Let's collect some spores. There we go. 2 Grove spores. Love it. Let's get them into the labs. And again. Alright, and you know what? That's pretty good, actually. I'm pretty happy with this day. I'm out of dice, I'm out of actions. Condition is still fairly good. So I think what that means is it's time to go to sleep. Let's go to sleep. I fed you already. Let's end this cycle. Ooh, I can sunbathe for energy. I don't need that. Let's end the cycle. Alright, cool. So, now I want to try out self-repair, because if I end the cycle now, my condition is going to drop under the one that I need for the 5 dice, and I really want to stay at 5 dice. Let's see what I get for this. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you get 1 condition per scrap item, which is actually not that bad. This is not too shabby. I'm gonna be honest, because that means, you know what this means? If my condition doesn't go down, I only need 1 scrap per day to survive at the 5 dice, which is actually fantastic, because I think I can get scrap pretty nicely. All right, so yeah, I wanted to do the seal the leaks here, and I wanted to do a super die. Oh, I can't do it. Can do it only once. Aw, that sucks. Okay, anyway, do I want to keep the super die for the... You know what? Let's get some energy first. Let's... Where do I get the meal? Gimbal Lounge. Give me a spacer meal. Oof, that's expensive, but okay. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Alright, focus. What do we want to do? There is an opportunity to push the Greenway Belt really fast. And I need the spores for it. And I only need 1 more set of spores. So let's do that first. Let's connect over there. What's up with Lem? No, not Lem. It's the disable your tracker. Speak to Feng. Wait for Feng to return. He hasn't returned yet. Where is he? Or has he returned? I just not found it. I should be here, right? Okay, you know what? Let's just see if I can harvest some spores. That's good. Put them into the labs. There we go. And now we can continue with Rico. Sleeper! Rico greets you without so much as looking up from her work. I've some of yours here, come see. She beckons you over to a heavyweight-looking console, wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores. What does it say? The spores you have here are a real cocktail, a selection of types from within the groves. But I've been able to isolate a few. She taps one of the specimen jars. Here we have Tricoloma matsutake. Rico breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciation as if it was nothing. A species Solheim somewhat modified for use on the station. She brings up a panel on her console showing a chemical composition, all gradient bars and obtuse acronyms. This is the composition of the Solheim modified matsutake spores. Am I supposed to understand that? Not entirely, no. But I think you'll understand this. Rico brings up another panel, identical in layout, but with wildly different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your matsutake spores look like. They aren't the same? That's the conclusion, yes. Rico glances at the specimen jar as if it might have something to add. They're fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back in size. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the groves have and still are affecting them. Affecting them how? It's hard to tell without samples of fully grown mushrooms. She meets your eye, and herein lies our problem. She moves to another desk where two trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second you smell, before you even look at it, the pungent aroma of the fruiting matsutake-like rotting, sodden overalls laced with an edge of spice. The matsutake here are grown from Solheim stalks, pulled from a spore vault in this complex. She winks. They're delicious, by the way. She sets them aside. The empty tray is germinated with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination, nothing. But the groves are full. Yes, they are. Rico looks at you directly, and you suddenly realize how much she's enjoying this. So here's our puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the groves won't grow in the lab. But gathering fruiting bodies from the groves is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body from some of those spores so we can track it, understand it. In short, I need you to become a mushroom farmer. Well, actually, I already started. Rico looks impressed. Well, an eager mycologist. I'd never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary? I've been eyeing that place up for its proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just matsutake. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so I'll need plenty of samples. She plucks a matsutake cap from the tray. These little things are reflections of their conditions, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the conditions of their growth. She smells the cap. Enough of these, and we'll have a picture of what is happening here, of the ways in which this biosphere is modifying itself or being modified, whichever the case may be. Rico pops the matsutake cap into her mouth, taking you by surprise. And no worry, Sleeper, she says while softly chewing. If this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. Okay, so what do you need from me then? You need matsutake samples, girol samples, and a lot of those. Ugh. Okay, fine. Take all of my precious mushrooms. I mean, I could just give you girols because I need the matsutake for the other drive. So let's hold off on those. And what do we have in the aviary? Here, yeah, just here, germinate that spore. All right. Yeah, that was a lot of time spent here. I do need to get more spores and more fungi. So let's do that then. Oof. Oh, I did not like that at all. I gotta be careful about this. It's not great. Okay, some more spores, but yeah, that was not what I wanted at all. Ugh. Okay, fine. Let's I could work the stacks or cryo. Ooh, my dice really suck. That's not good. Um, yeah, because I was thinking I'm gonna go up here and work some more. I need to work here though. There's only 2 cycles, and I've already wasted a whole cycle. This is gonna cost me energy if I fail, which is like a 50% chance. But I need to put some more action in here. Let's just like, maybe if I don't look? No, I did look. Oof! Oof! None of this is great, I gotta be honest. Like, it was a good start to the day, and then I kind of like fell off a little bit. What do we have here? Oh, there's nothing here. Why do I even check the dock? There's nothing there. Oh! Feng! Very nice. Talk to me, Feng. Feng grins at you as the bay door slides open. Above, in the rest of the building, people are busy, frightened. They speak in hushed tones and organize endless meeting after endless meeting. Havenage have avoided a full-blown crisis for now, but change is coming. Feng is in good spirits and bundles you inside before you even have the chance to greet him. That was the slickest operation the station has seen. He hugs you firmly. You made my job so easy. He shakes you by the shoulders. I'm so proud. And, he smiles, I got to watch through the cameras as I have on our security that weren't in on it assault the station. Feng smiled. One of them straight up just whacked Harden with a pistol. It was beautiful. Okay, what are they going to do with him? I'm not sure anyone knows, but he's cooperating in dismantling his operation and scaring off Conway. Maybe they'll exile him when they are done, or hand him over to some core authority, Feng shrugs. Now, I know he won't be an issue, but I'm going to be focusing on systems for a bit. He shakes his head, seeing as that's my actual job. He points to the ceiling. The people upstairs weren't so happy, though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, this whole thing hasn't won me many favors in the administration, but I think in the end they'll agree that outing Hardin was worth it, whatever the methods. He touches a stack of hardware. The eye is old, and it was never meant to run like this. The master control points that Erlen and Havenage installed, they keep it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal. But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning next cycle, no, he smiles. And me and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that. Arden's problem was that he didn't believe in people. He believed in systems and their ability to shape the world around them. Feng squeezes your shoulders. But as far as I am concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way around. True. Anyway, Feng raps on the side of his terminal. I know you didn't come down here for a lecture. Yeah, my tracker. I haven't forgotten. He produces a thumbnail drive. I managed to finish that code solution I showed you. It's a modified Ripper worm, one made to deactivate that tracker of yours. But in the time since I got back, I added something extra. That tracker of yours doesn't just show SNRP where you are. It transmits data about the state of your body, your current condition. My worm won't just deactivate it. It'll edit that data to tell SNRP your body is irreparably damaged. DNR, do not retrieve. He grins widely. Pretty smart, right? Yeah, that's perfect. Just slot it in already. You take the drive and hold it in your hand. Then you close your eyes and open up your access ports. Take down your defenses. Oof. Ugh. The worm immediately enters your closed network. It whips through it, taking things with it as it goes. The moment they are gone, you forget they were even wherever there. They just blink out of existence. A second later, it is done. You open your eyes. How do you feel? Asks Sven a little nervously. They're kind of the same. Give it time. He pats you on the shoulder and looks at his terminal screen. The logs tell me it worked, so feel it or not, you're free. Feng lets the word free hang in the air a little before he continues. Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration. Feng wraps his arm around you. Jenna still owes us those drinks. He laughs and you join him. And later, when you leave, you feel deeply thankful for having such a friend. As you walk away from the building, you look up at the white curve of the eye, up at the hub at the other room beyond it. The whole thing twinkles with lights, and it seems impossible to see it as anything other than breathtakingly beautiful. It feels, in that moment, like something eternal. That doesn't make it mean it can or even should last forever, or that it will never change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place has a future, and it is one that you know, deeply and truly, is worth protecting. Nice, another upgrade point. Still need one more. Okay, that was nice. Whew. Breathe easy for a second here. Alright, alright, alright. What's the penalty for screwing up the work on the bar? Energy. Yeah, that's fine. I have energy. Well, I mean, I would have appreciated at least some positive stuff coming out of it, but I guess not then. Alright. Okay, I'm in a little bit of a trouble because I do need that energy, so let's go spend some credits up in the lounge. Is that worth it? How much credits, how much energy was that? That was 3, I think. It cost me 14. What about the... What about our friend here? Where is he? Emphas. You asked for... Oh! Actually, I can give you the matsutake. That's good. But first... Well, maybe you'll make it... You know what? Let's just give you the matsutake. Maybe I'll get some energy out of it. Okay. Oh, that was dumb. Shouldn't have gone out of it. Okay, fine. You prep your matsutake. I'll just go get some spacer meals here at the Gimbal Lounge. Therapeutic gravitational effects. Alright. I am pretty out of money, which is going to be a tomorrow problem. But right now, let's repair ourselves so that we can sleep without having to take the stabilizers. There we go. Alright, those are some good dice. Let's make some good use of that. First off, let's wrap the recladding here. I'm gonna burn all of my super dice on this because this is really important to get done. Don't have enough time. As you both wait in the airlock for it to cycle back to the bay, Bliss thumps you on the arm. Nicely done, Sleeper. We cleared that contract, no problem. She stretches. Once we are back in the bay, we can check if the payment has come through and divide it up. She stretches. Feels good. The airlock clunks and the lights flicker, and a moment later you're back in the bay, where Moritz is at the racks, trying to figure out where the mess of the tools Bliss left in her wake should be hung. Hey, Moritz. Moritz looks over his shoulder. Sleeper? He spins a wrench in his hand. Looked like clean work out there. He nods respectfully. You look over at Bliss, who is already gliding over to her management console. She twirls a little as she crosses the cavernous bay. No one you've ever met moves as well in 0G as she does. It's like she was born into it. Shit. Bliss slams a fist onto the console. Shit, shit, shit. What's up? I can't even... Bliss closes her eyes. Come here. Bliss calls you over. Look at this. Just look. She spins the terminal screen and you see the details for the base account. You see an entry for the Ember's Wake, a repair fee paid in full the moment you finished up the job. But then directly after, the whole amount was transferred back out into an unknown account. What the hell? I need that money. I have like 5 credits left. This is the work of my ex. She punches the terminal. He must have coded a backdoor into the machine before he left. She rubs her forehead. There's no way we can... She pauses, thinking. Moritz, throw me that wrench. What's that for? Mart spins the wrench across the bay. Bliss smiles. This. Bliss brings the wrench down on the terminal, hard. You flinch backwards as a hail of computer parts spills up into the bay in a glittering arc. Fragments of screen, memory, sections of the casing. When Bliss is done, she clips the wrench to her tool belt. Try backdooring your way into that, you shit. Moritz drifts out from his hiding place amongst the racks. Bliss, he says tentatively, you want me to... He looks at the arc of fragments drifting around the bay nervously. Bliss shakes her head. No, she signs. I've got it. You go get me a new terminal, cheapest you can find. Cobble one together from pieces at the art exchange if you have to. Bliss? She looks over at you. I'm good now. Bliss glides over to a panel by the wall. Don't worry, one of the first things I had installed when we spec'd out this place was a cleaning sweep. She flicks over a plastic cover on a huge red button. Watch yourself. She hammers the button, and a row of laser emitters unfold from the bay wall. They start crawling their way across the work area, frying the debris as they do in pulses of burning light. Bliss smiles. It's that or just space the whole bay every few cycles. Are you okay? Not really. She stares at the sweep panel. Just don't seem to be able to extricate myself from this shit, no matter how hard I try. The cleaning sweep buzzes and crackles as it works its way across the bay. That account wasn't everything. I'm not that stupid. Once Moritz gets back, I'll secure it and flush everything else. She flicks a nearby piece of debris into the path of the sweep. Clean break. Then we take another contract. That's it. She shuts off the sweep as it reaches the near end of the bay. Yeah, sure, I'm in if you pay me. You better be, Bliss laughs, because there's no way you are getting your investment back unless you are. Okay. I can't seem to get you right. She rubs her forehead. I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know you work for this too, but next time won't be the same. Yeah, better not be. Listen, you seem like a nice person, but I'm kind of over being nice to people here, because it seems like it's always ending up badly for me. So I'm going to be on guard for a little while. She looks away. See you in a few cycles. Moritz will let you know. She kicks off into the bay to finish cleaning up. Super. Okay, let's explore the side wheel a little bit. What's so negative would be energy, right? Yeah, I can risk that. Let's see. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, things are getting a little bit rough now, though. I'm not gonna lie. Because I need that energy badly. What's the sun bath here? Just a little bit of energy for one dime. No, it's not what I want. I think what I need to do is I need to get some more monies. Actually, I can work within stacks, right? Can I get something here? Okay, I can get a lot of energy, but it would cost me condition if steal the harvest. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna steal your harvest. I really need that food. Thank you. Well, that wasn't so bad. Alright, I need to harvest more spores. And I need... Yeah, I need one more spore. In order to drop them off here, we need matsutake and girolles. Yeah. Shoot. I wish I had some scrap because I could do another day without having to take my stabilizers. What do we have here? Work assignment? No, screw that. I mean, not too bad. Oh, they let me live here. That's right. No, I don't want to be in a dorm. Screw that. And I can get scrap components here, but it'll go into my condition, and Endure 1 is not really my greatest strong suit. So let's just... Yeah, I'm just gonna take the stabilizers today. Oh, but okay, so here's my thinking. Okay, cool. So I have to take my stabilizers today anyway. That means I don't care if I get hit in condition. Because I up my condition anyway. I have this one shitty die that I can't really reroll because I've already done it. I could have the opportunity here to get scrap components. So yeah, you know what, 50-50 chance. If I don't get it, that's fine. Yeah, that's alright. Not my favorite thing, but it's okay. Let's go home. Here, kitty, you can get my final last cryo that I have. And then I'll take my stabilizer. And then we'll end the cycle. Alright. I really need money. Well, I seem to be living quite okay without money. Alright, overlook bar. You just cost me energy. I don't mind that. That's nice. Let's get some more in here. Love that. And now I want to punch the green belt a little bit more. I do want to get more spores, so let's harvest some spores. Very nice. And I do want to get some fungi, so let's get some fungi. Very nice. And I have an okay dice, so that's fine. So aviary. Have the spores. This is going to take 4 cycles? 2 cycles? 4 cycles! Yeah, it takes a long time. Anyway, you can get some Girol samples. There we go. Yeah, oof, that takes a long time. And then I have a somewhat okay die. I think I should try to see if I can sneak on to the side rail horizon, because this is not going to last here forever, right? So let's try it. It's going to cost me energy, but that's fine. It's alright. It's alright, okay? That was a pretty fast cycle. Let's go back to bed. Aw, kitty, I don't have any money for you. I'm sorry. I feel bad. I can't feed you. Yeah, I really need money. I need scrap. I need money. I need to feed kitty. Alright. This will get me energy, right? Let's sunbathe a little bit. That's okay. Could be better. Oh, Emphis. Alright. Emphis is preparing the matsutake caps. He cleans them carefully with a damp cloth before shaving the stalks as if he was sharpening a pencil. His knife slides through them, revealing the bright white of the flesh within. "These are good, Sleeper. Very good," he says without looking up. "I bartered with Mingi for some kelp too, so we can brew the dashi." "Oh, you know Mingi?" Emphis looks up from cutting with a smile. "Everyone knows Mingi." Emphis slides the sliced matsutake mushrooms to one side and takes out a closed pan. He opens the lid, and you see the green wafer of kelp sitting in a bath of water. "Been soaking it since last cycle," Emphis explains. "Should be good to warm now." He places the pan over the burner and turns it on low. "We have some time now." He wipes his hands clean and throws a cloth over his shoulder. "However, there is one difference this cycle," he smiles. "You've been the one providing the ingredients, so it's my turn to provide a story." "Okay." "Good. This story is important to me." He gestures for you to both sit on the folding stools behind the stall. "You see these?" Emphis runs a hand over his forearm, tracing the circular scars that mark them like perfect bite marks. "Conway called it an anchored interface rig. a mechanical control device for piloting a heavy-duty extraction suit in low-G industrial operations. We called it a bone suit. He points to a pattern of large circles on his shoulder. They drill in and anchor it here, then all the way down the arm. He taps each scar on the way. It maps mechanical movements to the suit exactly, a one-to-one mechanical replication. You swing your arm, a 2-ton arm swings too. You should have seen the recruitment vids. Strong people in even stronger suits, tearing through stone and scrap. Superheroes. Half my graduating year signed up. From company school to company shuttle. Conway from birth to death. He stares off into the distance for a moment, fighting with the memories. But the bone suits weren't good. The rate of failures was high, and failures meant arms torn off, anchors torn out, broken bones, bad stuff. So after a while, Conway discontinued them. No longer competitive, they said. He checks the broth, turning down the heat and adding the mushrooms. So there we were, hundreds of us, with surgical alterations for suits that didn't work. They sent us home, back to that company colony that spat us out, to be cleaners, drivers, cooks. They gave us drugs for the pain and told us to make something of ourselves. When I deserted, bribing some passing spacers to take me into orbit, there were only me and a couple of others left. The rest just faded away. Arthritis, osteoporosis. They folded in on themselves like paper lanterns. That was my generation. The anchor points still ache, still burn. He touches the scars. But what burns worse is the betrayal. I've been on the eye a long time now, but that will never fade. Not that, and not the faces of my friends. Memphis reaches over and sprinkles a handful of leaves into the broth. And it is ready. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. I will not let their story die, and as long as I'm telling it, it will remain. Memphis pours the broth into a double-walled metal bowl and hands it to you. The heat radiates through your hands, and the smell drifts up, rich and sharp, like a pine forest after the rain. You drink the broth slowly, chewing the matsutake and thinking. Memphis busies himself with cleaning the pans in the bowl, seating the kelp back up for another day. Then he quietly comes to sit with you while you finish your meal. Neither of you speak, preferring instead to let the story linger in the air a little longer. It's not that there is nothing to say, it's that sometimes, in the moments after something, speaking breaks the spell. So you both idle, eager to be in each other's company. Memphis taking longer over his cleaning, his packing, and you savoring the final dregs of broth. When you finally finish and hand him the bowl, you feel the spell break, and the story leaves you both. And as you leave, you know that both of you are somehow a little more empty and a little bit more full than before. Ooh, very good. Man, I wasted that die to get that energy. But okay, cool. Upgrade point. I said I wanted to go engineer, right? So let's actually do that. I feel like endure is something that keeps coming up and into it. And I kind of want to go that route. We'll see. It's going to be a long time until I can make that decision. All right. Ooh, we have a scrap freighter. Cryo and buy some scrap. I don't have scrap to 30 cryo. Is that worth it? I have a really good dye. Let's use the dye to get mushrooms. Because I really want to move forward with the hi-fi labs here. So many mushrooms needed. Okay, fine. Let's go forage. Okay, 1 Gerol cap. So useless, but sure, why not? There you go. What do I do with the clubhead caps? I bet Memphis wants those. No, but okay, fine. But I got some more good dice. So let's hop into the Overlook bar. Ooh, I could finish this cycle. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I got a random strap item. Okay, not too bad. Why didn't I do this before? It's so good. Oh, I get +2 now. Cool. All right. Tala. I like you, Tala. I like those tattoos. Tala stands back from the newly finished still and top, hands on hips. Look at this, she grins. The Overlook Distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you. How sourcing ingredients? Tala smiles. I think I've got most of it covered between the food factories in the low end and the farm stacks in the greenway. However, she pauses, there is an issue. Okay, tell me. Well, Gerol the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Gerol the mushroom. That's what gives it that golden color and earthy taste. The alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need Gerol caps to make Gerol, but no one wants to supply us. The distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there, so it's hard to get a single cap across Founder's Gap. Let me guess, you want me to supply them? However, I have an idea, she smiles. We can grow our Gerol caps back here. She gestures at the increasingly equipment-filled back room. Are you sure? Totally sure. Tella puts a hand on the still. We made a still. We set all this up. How hard can growing mushrooms be? They don't need light. They barely need soil. We can do this. She pauses. Or at least we could if we had something to grow them from. Yeah, I see where this is going. She rolls her eyes. Okay, yes, I need a favor. She puts a hand on your shoulder. And you are the perfect person to get me those spores. She nods rapidly. Think about it. You built the still, you're great with plants, you know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Nah, you're flattering me. If it's working, then yes. She grins sheepishly. Look, I can't leave the bar and the other people picking up shifts. She grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Yeah, fine. Wonderful. You look it over and you'll love it over on the Greenway, I think. All that fresh air, open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. She turns back to look at the still and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It really is something, though, isn't it? And want to or not, you really have to agree. I do. Yeah, I mean, I've been working on this. This is important. So, yeah, you know what? I have spores for you right here. There you go. Let's get you more spores, then. I feel bad. I don't have money for the kitty. I need to get some money for the kitty. Nobody's asking for a ship mind core recently, so I can probably just sell that. There you go. Alright. Kitty. Here, I didn't feed you this morning, so I'll feed you now. There we go. That makes me feel better. And then it's sent to the hub. 2 more cycles. This is going to cost me a little bit of energy. Yeah, it's... I really need those spores. I've put so much energy into building that distillery, I think I should just see it through. So let's get some spores. Get some spores. Give me 2 spores. Okay, 1 is good too. So, let's... You know what? Oh, I've already crossed. I was gonna say, let's not go through all that hassle. Oh, so, okay, so here's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, okay, I can just stay there, sleep over at the commune, and then just go picking up spores in the morning again. But Kitty would be without me, and I don't, like, this is my home. I don't want to sleep in a stupid, like, bunk bed with other weird commune members. Like, what is this? Berlin 1965? Alright, so empty container... Drop off the spores. There we go. And then go sleep. But not before fixing myself up. Do I need this? I don't even... Okay, I don't need it. So I was thinking to fix myself up with some scrap components, but I don't need that because I can still do a whole night on this condition without losing dice, so I'll do that. Oof. That's a horrible roll. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go harvest some spores on that, I think. Ugh. It's risky, but okay. Actually not bad. Actually not bad. Okay. Reroll these. Okay. You know what? Good dice roll. Not gonna say anything against it. I have more spores for you. There you go. It'll probably take like 4 cycles to set this up, eh? Oof. Wow. That's 6 cycles. Alright, sure. I'm glad we started it though. So that's really good. I could buy some scrap here. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. Because that's pretty cheap. And I need scrap. Because it's cheaper than my stabilizer. There we go. Okay. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I even have a couple of really good dice. So let's go hunt some mushrooms. Gerolds. Sure. I'll throw them to you. This is going somewhere. Why did I get 2? Is that normal? Let's try it. Because if I get 2, I could finish this today, actually. That'd be really good. Okay. Here, I have some more jewels. Nice. Alright. Let's hear it. Liko meets you at the entrance to the lab, leaning on her crutch with a glint in her eye. Walk with me, sleeper. I'd like to tell you a story. She makes her way down the corridor that leads back up towards the main commune building. When people first crossed what we call Founders Gap into the Greenway, they did so against the wishes of Andre Erlin. At the same time, Erlin was trying to stabilize the Union and establish control over the Eye in the wake of Solheim's collapse. It was chaos. Competing factions, failing systems, so many dead and injured from the riots. That was his priority. You both crossed through a glass-roofed tunnel, the greenway outside crowded with vines and branches dappling the light. Erlin had written the greenway off, cut off from the rest of the station and linked to a broken spoke. He claimed it was only a matter of time before everything here would die. He refused to let anyone abandon their duty to the Union and cross. They were traitors to the cause, or as good as. Reiko continues, making her slow but steady way into the inner gardens of the commune. There weren't many of us, but we believed what was here was worth saving. We had to keep our plans secret until we crossed, and some of us left people behind. She pauses to catch her breath, her voice cracking. It's difficult to know if from effort or emotion. What we found was a disaster, nothing like what you see here. So cool, you see all that green? Half of the greenway was leaking oxygen into space, the plants flash frozen. The other half was a swamp of mulch as decaying matter clogged every system. We worked hard, we lost good people, we cleaned up and closed up, but it was never going to be enough. After many, many cycles, we all knew this place was doomed, but we kept on working. Talking less and less, because we couldn't face it. We all developed a death wish. If the greenway was going to die, so would we. Oh yeah, but what changed? Everything. Rico smiles. We crossed some invisible boundary, tipped some biological scale, and the greenway started to recover. Plants flowered, crops sprouted. For the first time, we reaped the fruits of our labor. Rico smiles, looking up at you. We thought it was us, that we managed to do just enough to end the cycle of decay. I thought we had saved the greenway. Until today. You pass into the grow beds of the commune, rich with the hustle and bustle of Haifa members planting and harvesting. For a while, Rico is quiet, and you both simply observe the hypnotic movements of the work crews, the eager chatter washing over you like a wave. Rico smiles to herself. I should have known, of course, that our arrogance was unfounded. What we needed to believe back then. We needed a myth to bring more people across the gap. You both move into a smaller corridor, Rico following some direction unknown to you. What you have shown me is that, back then, the Greenway saved us, not the other way around. Tell me, have you ever consumed one of the matsutake or jurol caps you've been growing? Have I? Yeah. I imagine they were delicious, nutritious, almost uniquely so, she muses. After all, they were designed for you. Liko has a mischievous look. At first I thought it was the location they were grown in that made the mushrooms from the aviary, from the labs, or from the grove different to each other. But what I have come to understand is that it's the person growing them. The matsutake and jurol caps you brought me are totally unique, containing compounds never usually found in similar specimens in my possession. Many of these compounds aren't even digestible for humans, but for a sleeper like you? Liko smiles as she leads you into the internal garden of the commune, where the Haifa members have planted species from all over the Greenway. Back when the tide turned, when the Greenway started to recover, we all felt something. Response. It was as if this place was not just alive, as a forest is alive, but alive in other ways. Communicative, responsive. We shrugged it off at the time, but now I understand why. Liko stops and turns to you. This place is responding to us, adapting itself to us. It's growing fruiting bodies for you, for me. It's adapting, changing. It is, in short, displaying all the signs of sentience. How? That's what I wish to know, too. What being is in control here? Liko sits on a bench within the peaceful gardens and gestures for you to join her. When you've been growing the jurols and the matsutakes in the aviary, those species so familiar to the Greenway, have you discovered any others? Yes. Liko can barely contain her excitement. I should like to see those. Please bring me some next time you're here. You look around the garden, amazed at the sense of peace within it. Liko interrupts your silence. There's a species of mushroom that I haven't seen in years. It's dark, short, shaped like a club. We first found it in those early days when we were working to save this place. It was around the time that we started to lose our first members. They were succumbing to some infection, some mold growing deep in the dark mulch that drowned this place. At that point, we thought we were lost. And then these mushrooms emerged from that same black mold. We tested them and saw that they contained some compounds that counteracted the mold. They contained an antidote. Of course, as a botanist, I saw this part of a natural process of this ecosystem, even if the timescale seemed absurdly short. But what I'm wondering is, if that antidote was a gift, Liko meets your eyes. Perhaps if you are patient, you'll receive a gift too, sleeper. You both sit for a while. Liko seems done telling stories for today. You watch the light playing off the leaves and plants around you and wonder what forces could be at play in this place. We know, because we found the forces at the very first start when we went into the digital cloud of the Greenway. There is an AI that's tending to this. After a while, you stand and leave with a quiet nod to Liko, leaving her to her memories. Yeah, so what do you need from me? Clubhead samples. There you go. I only have one though. Where do I find more? Oh, do I get them here in the aviary? That's probably where I get them, right? Okay. Okay, that was somewhat good. I have a pretty good condition. I can use a scrap component. So yeah, let's burn some dice. Let's go up to the hub. You still need a whole cycle, so let's go scout the dock. That wasn't too bad. And I don't want to risk losing energy on my last die, so why don't we grab some data? Yeah, give me some data. Actually, that reminds me. So, Castor, what do you give us? Oh, I wonder if this moves us forward if I have given him 5 Yatagan data. Is there drive for Castor? No, I don't think so. Uh, yeah, I think there's only waiting. Okay, cool. Another day. And don't forget the kitty. There you go. Then a little bit of repairing. And then we can end the cycle. That's a lot of mushroom farming going on this time. Not gonna lie. Oh! Moritz! Sleeper! Moritz is waiting for you on your way out. How have you been? Busy? I see, he nods. Well, I'll get right to it then. Bless sent me down. We've scored another contract and she needs your help. That's the message. He pauses. Look, I know last time the payment didn't come through, but you did good work. Bliss knows that. Yeah, that's on her. Moritz flinches. She's doing her best, alright? Yeah, let's see. I am not like super into you guys, I gotta be honest. And you're annoying. Not gonna lie. He doesn't respond. See you up there. Moritz turns and strides off, leaving you in the corridor. Time to help Bliss, and maybe this time you think to yourself it'll work out. Okay, yeah. Man, that's gonna take a lot of cycles here. Okay. Okay. I have a really good die up here. So yeah, let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's do it. What do we have? Sycamore seed. Okay, what can we do here? Ooh, okay, I need to do saving the crop and fragile biome. Sacrifice section, vent a section, and you have a better chance of saving the remaining crops. But you lose some in the process. The question is how many. I don't care, I haven't done anything yet, so I'll do 100% positive, so let's just do it. It's fine. Oh, because it's going to go into fragile biome failure. Okay, that's fine. And that's okay. You're good. Engineer, 100% positive. There we go. Let's just push it. Let's do some of it. It's fine. Reroll these dice. There's no timer on this, so I kind of want to slow down just a little bit and push some of the other items. Okay, cool. Not too bad. I need more energy. I have some money. Emphas. Emphas, my boy. Emphas, my friend. How much energy do you give me for 12 cryo? Here? Yeah, okay. That's so much better than up in the eye. In the hub. Okay, cool. So it looks like I can actually finish either the side reel or the sycamore seed. Well, not quite the sycamore seed. Yeah, you know what? Let's see if I can find some... That's a really good die, and it's a little bit of waste for this. Did I say... Okay, so what can we do over at the Greenway? This is just waiting right now, right? Because it's one one cycle for the aviary to complete. I don't really need any more spores. Or I could gather spores to load the aviary again right after. Call it a day. Where did I get the club head? I think I got it. Yeah, so this might give me club heads, but I'm not sure. I think I got the club heads from the aviary. And so if I only get one club head and I need 3 club heads to progress this, then I might want to be set up for success to have more spores. So let's do that. Okay. Yeah, don't hate that. Let's hop over to the rim, feed the kitty, and then go to bed. There you go. Actually, it's self-repair, because I don't want to lose that dice. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually pretty happy with the with this. This is way better than I thought it would be, because yeah, it lets me scoot by without having to rely on my stabilizers, which is really good. This is sustainable. I think that's mostly it. Okay, cool. All right. So before we finish some of the hub actions, let's check over. Actually, let's go get some energy first. Let's just eat, because 2 energies is a little bit too dicey for my liking. Let's hop over to the Greenway. Alright, so aviary. I need to harvest them. Come on, that's bullshit. Okay, fine, here. Alright. Not some club heads, okay. No, I want to have more club heads. Give me those club heads. Didn't do it. So dumb. Fine, okay. Here, you can just grow more. Man, this is hard. Like, that's a lot of dice and cycles that go in here. But I'm glad I got those spores, because it's going to take another 4 cycles for these mushrooms to grow. Here's the 1 clubhead that I got. So dumb. But I have a lot of matsutake, which I don't even know what to do with, to be honest. I think I can sell them, but it's not necessarily something I'm looking for right now. So let's... Okay, you know what? I've been pushing off the side reel a little bit. So let's hop over here. Is there a timer on the sycamore seed? No? Okay. Here. Let's reinforce the bulkheads with the shitty die here. Because engineer +2, I'm amazing. Yeah, that was pretty good. And then let's wrap up the side reel horizon. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Sender Celis must be proud. You recognized the resonating voice of Castor immediately and turned to see him, hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. Castor, I see you remember our game. Good. He looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes Tavla a little difficult. He smiles broadly. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at him. I don't much like it up here, he explains. I hear there was some trouble with the Havenage shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. Yeah, I was there. I know, he sighs, meeting your eye. An ugly business. Sealies are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. He gestures out at the side reel. Do you know why they built this monstrosity on the eye? Money? That was a part perhaps, but there are cheaper shipyards. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Looks like it has like a target on its back. Celis built it here, says Castor gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. He rubs his forehead, and secrecy is something I cannot abide. He turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people, locked in cryosleep like the person that you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them, and Celis wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You're like me. You deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on that ship, secrecy isn't the problem. You can ping back whatever I need, whenever I need it, as long as you're on board. With you on the side reel, and with some minor modifications, he pauses, you can be my eyes and ears. I will keep track of Celis's grand project through you. I mean, you know, as much as I love to be instrumentalized like the next person, I have worked really hard to be able to be in charge of my own mission and agenda, and I'm not kind of liking the vibe right now. In short, says Castor, stretching, I can get you aboard, Sleeper, but I'm going to need you to help me. And what if I disagree? Then I doubt you'll find a way into that ship out there. Castor clunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the side rail. It's a simple offer, and the only one that will get you on that ship. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance. As I said, there is a Celis Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. What if I give it to Alem and Mina? Castor looks over his glasses at you. Celis aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station, and you need to get on board if you want access to the airwall servers. Once you have the data, meet me in the low end. He smiles. You don't extract the data before the sidereal horizon leaves the hub? Then I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. But be sure when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Celis, you'll set off a series of events that will likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Okay, so that's a warning. Once I start down that path, it's hard to get out of it. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You are bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor glances around as if to emphasize his point. There are only a handful of cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his Mac boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the sidereal horizon the part it may play in your future. I think the contemplation is pretty easy. I don't want to be someone else's slave on another ship. I don't really care about it that much, to be quite honest. And if I left, who would take care of Kitty? I have a kitty. I can't leave her. I probably can't take her on board because he only talked about one set of ideas. Is he going to give me a second set of ideas for the kitty? And like, how is that kitty going to get aboard? Like, do you think he's going to be like, what ideas is this going to get? Like a 4-man or something? That's ridiculous. Kitty doesn't even have paws. Anyway, so I guess that's it for today. Let's head down. That was a waste. I guess I was hoping I could kind of like get that information from Mina and Lem, because I really still feel so guilty that it didn't take any time to do the babysitting when I had to. But there's no way I can interact with them anyway, so I think it's kind of at the end here. There, kitty. I'm not gonna leave you. You're my kitty. All right. Let's see. This is still taking well, this is just only halfway through. That's crazy. I wonder. Man. I don't like you. I gotta be honest. I don't like you. I don't know who you are. I don't like you. I don't want to give you any data. Go away. What are the drives that I have? Enter the greenway. I'm trying this. This takes a long time. Don't want to steal the data. Okay, bring the mushrooms over. Let's start the DLC. Don't want to do that right now. Can I do the... Oh yeah, I guess I can finish the repair job. Let's do that. Because I don't need to go the greenway to know that it's going to take even more time for the germs to germinate. So let's just do the sycamore. Here, reinforce the bulkheads. There we go. You and Bliss are floating in the bag's airlock. You and Bliss are floating in the base airlock, waiting for it to cycle. You pick a few leaves from your clothes as you wait. They float around the chamber as if carried by a lazy wind. I'll just stay silent. The now familiar sequence of clunks and rattles sound out, and then the door hisses open. The moment it does, you know something has once again gone wrong. Oh my god. I feel like... What's all this? Bliss asks a confused look in Moritz. Beside him are a set of crates anchored to the bay floor. He has clearly just brought them in through the bay's freight lock. Moritz looks nervously between the two of you before answering. It's payment. He runs a hand along the crate. The Sycamore Seed crew just brought them over. He stops, but seeing the look on Bliss's face, he adds, They were very thankful. I bet they were. She clenches her fist. What the hell is inside? Moritz leans over and struggles with the catches on each side of the top crate. As he does, Bliss turns to you. Don't say it. Bliss stares into space. Don't you dare say it. Say what? You know. She looks back at you. This isn't my fault. Moritz finally gets the catches free and the lid floats off, drifting up into the bay. As it does, a small brown lump floats up with it. Moritz reaches out and catches it as it passes him. Is that a mushroom? Bliss finishes. A damn mushroom. Ripped off again. Look, Bliss starts, but Moritz interrupts. Not just mushrooms. He holds out a clump of tightly packed leaves. Produce. Bliss starts laughing. Goddamn Haifa commune. Should have known they didn't have a chit to rub between them. She knocks a small brown mushroom across the bay. Well, you know, if there's something I can use, I'll take it. Stop, Bliss. Moritz grabs her hand. These are good, fresh. We can sell them. To who, Moritz? Are we running a grocers now? We need a cryo, otherwise this whole bay will be shut down. We can't pay for pots with leafy greens. She waggles them in Moritz's face. I can use them. Bliss raises an eyebrow. What for? What, 4 whole crates? Even you can't be that hungry. You can take a few, but the rest will sell. She smiles to herself. Or at least Moritz will sell them, if he is so eager. Moritz closes up the crates and starts moving them. It isn't that bad, Bliss. It's a step in the right direction. He glances at you, looking for backup. No, it's not great. No, I want those chits. That's not what we bargained for. Not great, Bliss repeats. Well, that's a change from absolutely dire, at least. She waves Moritz away. You have my blessing. Sail away. She kicks away towards the new patched-together terminal. Until then, I'll be working on how to keep this place open. Moritz goes back to moving the crates. You'd better be on your way, too. You grab a handful of mushrooms on your way out. No use letting them go to waste. Just Girolles? I don't need Girol caps. Oh my god, this is just so bad. Nothing here in this area has worked for me outside of freeing the AI in the very early game. I feel like these guys here in the hub are like a very special kind of stupid. All of you. You know what? Let's just be a weightless wanderer. Let's just engage. I can do engage easier, right? I don't need... There we go. Let's socialize a little bit. Ugh. Okay, fine. Here, let's interface. Okay. Now what? Ooh! I can rent a capsule. But No! But I don't want to. My kitty is down here in the low end. I'm gonna stay here. Low ender for life. Anyway. What's happening in the Greenway? This is just waiting, isn't it? It's kind of like a little bit frustrating. Because I'm not getting the club heads. Oh yeah, I guess I can sell the Matsutake. I'm running a little bit out of drives, it feels like. I don't want to escape on the side rail. I don't know if I want to start the DLC now. I really hate working for Bliss. This is taking time. This is taking time. This is taking time. So I'm just not doing anything? Is that what it is? I guess I could hunt for more Yatagan data. This is see the ship, right? No. No, I don't want to do this. No. Do not want to do this at all. Yeah. Selling. Export some Matsutake. There you go. 80 cryo. Oh. Fine. So I literally don't know what to do with this dice. That's weird. Never been in that situation. Waiting for the third time. Okay, I'll give you one more chance, but that's it. 3 chances and you're out. Okay. How long do I have to wait for all the drives to come to fruition? Another 3 cycles. That's ridiculous. What do you need here, by the way? To roll cats. Late game play. Am I in late game? I don't know if I'm in late game. Let's wait some more. Let's wait some more. Let's cross the room. Let's check on some of the situations here. Mingi Express. This is just getting energy or cryos, just working here, or I guess eating their stuff. I can get some money for tracking Havenage. Could gamble for some cryo. Port exchange doesn't do anything. Could just fabricate a ship mine. I've sold mines, so whatever. Play the exchange. Get some cryo. No. I guess I could work here. Yeah, weird. Weirdly nothing to do. Huh. Okay. Well, you know what? Then that's fine. Then let's just focus on Caster's stupid Yatagan business. So, let's go find some Yatagan agents. Here's one. And then do we have another? There we go. Nope. Nope. Reroll didn't work. It's hilarious. Rerolling a completely yellow die. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay. Guess I can forage for some mushrooms. Maybe more spores. I feel like having spores might be a good idea. Let's get some more spores. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Time to feed Kitty. Repair myself and go to bed. There we are. Feed the kitty. Repair the body. And go to sleep, sleep. Alright. Alright. Yet again, data. What do we have here? 1 and a 3. There you go. Let's grab that. And then 1 and 3. Yeah, let's grab that. That is it, I think. Yes. You know what? What happened to the cloud in the greenway? What does that look like? Oh, it's still dead. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You know what? Let's do it. Let's yeah, let's bring some Girolles. Let's just see what happens. That's it. Oh. Peak. Peaky. You came! Peak. Peaky? Peak. Let's say peak. You came. Peak smiles as you walk into the climbing briar's cargo hold behind a gloomy Ash. They brought mushrooms. Ash tosses the mushroom caps onto the crate, raising her eyebrows at Peak. Peak gives her a look. Thank you, Sleeper. The pick one up and sniff at it. Are these edible? Try it. Peak squints at you and the mushroom before delicately putting it back down. I'll wait. We're not so used to fresh produce. Ash is securing crates as she speaks and doesn't look up. Hawthorne doesn't have much in the way of farming. Hawthorne. The insulation we grew up on. Ash wipes off her hands on a rag. XPR loves to name their property after natural things, but that's about as far as a relationship with plant life goes. XPR? This an interrogation? She glares. Either way, we're done with that place, which is all you need to know. Ash leans back against the crate she was securing. We're going to need more than a few mushrooms if we want to help those refugees, though. Why are they trapped? You tell me. It's your station administration that set up the cordon. Peak gives Ash a look. Sorry, she looks at Peak. I know this isn't on you. Ash stands and walks over to the mushrooms he brought, placing them into a small container with care. The problem isn't just getting supplies, it's getting them through to the ships. Well, can't you speak to Havenage? We aren't exactly welcome guests, Peak explains. If anyone figures out that we came in with refugee ships, we'll be quarantined as well. Why is there a quarantine? Peak jumps in. The Eye has a closed-loop life support system, just like any orbital installation. Any unfamiliar illness or a significantly increased strain on life support could cause a cascading collapse in its systems. Ash scoffs. Are we making excuses for these bureaucrats now? Peak turns. We're being realistic, Ash. But these people aren't an increased strain, they're living people. Ash stares at you. Even calling them refugees is just a way of turning a lot of scared, desperate people into a single monolithic group. Listen, I have a lot of empathy, but you're coming off as a little bit strong. Your biceps are stronger than mine, so I'm a little bit intimidated. And I have been shot at multiple times, so I'm not as trusting anymore as I used to be multiple cycles ago. So keep it easy, tell me what's in it for me, and maybe we can come to an agreement. Ash slides the container full of mushrooms into one of the cargo hold's racks. Look, as much as I'd like to chat, we've still got a lot of space to fill in this hold, so if you're going to help... Ash slides the container full of mushrooms into one of the cargo hold's racks. Oh, that's what I already read. Okay, fine. I think Ash is trying to say we need your help, and quickly, Peak says, glancing at her. The refugees behind the cordon, they won't be able to hold out indefinitely. We need to get supplies to them in the next 12 cycles, or... Ash steps forward. Or Havenage will have to bear the responsibility for whatever happens next. Listen, Havenage doesn't strike me as a group that is gonna be like very inconvenienced by a lot of refugees dying out behind the cordon. So your threat seems useless. And listen, I'll help if I can, okay? Peak looks nervously at Ash. They were hoping for something more concrete. Well, be nicer. Be nicer. There's 3 things we still need to secure. Water, food, and scrap components for ship repairs. I need my own scrap components. Now, hell to the no. Ash gestures to the storage containers around the hold. Water we can find a way to source, or my preference, just siphon off from their underground reservoirs in the Greenway. What? Leave my Greenway alone. Peak raises their eyebrows. Ash... She ignores them. For food, things could be tricky. Those mushrooms are delicious, I'm sure, but no way we can get enough volume to feed a flotilla. However, I saw an algae stack on the way over if we can get access. No more stealing, Ash, Peak sighs. I didn't say steal. She stares at them indignantly. If we can't get access, we can work the stack, harvest some algae for the flotilla. Those stacks churn out vast quantities in short timescales. Yes, they do, and I'm stealing them all. And the repair components? Peak asks tentatively. Ash smiles. Just look around you, Peak. This whole place is made of scrap. She shoots you a glance, and I'm sure the sleeper has their sources. They can bring them right here. We get everything before time runs out. Perfect. We get most of it? Also good. Either way, in 12 cycles, I'm going to take what we have and go. That sounds problematic. Ash laughs. You don't know the half of it. Ash, Pete cuts in. They're right. What's the plan here? Ash shoulders the container. I thought I'd leave that up to you, Peak. They flinch. Are you serious, Ash? I know we said we would help the flotilla, but at what point? They stop, taking a breath. Take this seriously, Ash. I don't know the first thing about breaching a quarantine cordon. Maybe not, Ash looks at you. But they might. They slipped out from a nest in our facility, didn't they? Plus, they've been here longer than us. You're always trying to get me to find help. Well, here it is. She gestures at you, help. You're making a lot of assumptions, lady. Pete glances between the two of you. I swear to... They sigh. I need to think this one through. I need to think this one through. Meet me at the cordon in a couple of cycles, Sleeper. Maybe we can figure something out. Meanwhile, Ash meets your eye. You can help me acquire the supplies, discreetly. She smiles. We have to keep this quiet. Keep Havenage out of the loop. Once they get suspicious, this is all over for us. This all suddenly seems a little too real, too dangerous. You've only just found your feet on the eye. This is not a time for causing trouble. Come find us. We'll be out there trying to pull this all together. Ash goes to the back of the hold to start packing another container. Peek, come help me. Peek glances back at her. Sleeper, look. We didn't choose this either. They lower their voice. Help us finish this. We set up a base camp on the broken spoke. You're welcome to rest there in any of the cots while we work on this. Well, is my kitty there? Probably not. They smile. We're in this together. No, we're not in this together. We are definitely not in this together. I don't even know if I still want to help you. I am looking for a little bit more kindness and a little bit more reciprocity, because what's in this for me? Because, yeah, like, emotionally, it doesn't feel great to, not help people out there starving past the cordon, but it's not really my problem that much. So I'm looking for a little bit more reciprocity, if you know what I mean. Listen, this is the Eye of Erlin. It's not easy out here, like, shits make the world go round. Or, I guess, fungi. Peek! Ash shouts, and they walk back into the hole to help the container. As you leave the climbing briar, you look out at the broken edge of the Eye's ring, where Havenage's cordon blinks with tiny red lights. What are you getting yourself into? I'm not getting myself into anything. Briar base camp. Okay, I don't want to end my cycle here. I hate you guys. So what do you want? What do you need me to do? So 8 scrap components. Are you crazy? Where am I supposed to get 8 scrap? I mean, I know where I'm supposed to get 8 scrap components. Here. Oh, the cordon. What do we have here? Meeting peak in 2 cycles. I can get them... Where can I get them? They're here, right? Like, I can get scrap here. I wish I had endure 2. How do I get to endure 2? I need to skill into this, and then I need to skill into this. But I wanted to do... I have this, right? Yeah. No. Okay. Well, I could gather some scrap here. But I need the scrap. You guys! I need the scrap. Algae stack. What do we have here? Negotiate algae access. To farm food. Okay, and then we have reservoir. To siphon water. Or to hack the sensors. To get the water. Oh my god, you guys here is a little bit overwhelming. And I'll just steal some harvest first. There you go, so much better. Don't have club heads. This is gonna give me club heads in 2 cycles. Let's see what we have across the rim. Still 2 cycles here. And then up in the hub. Another 4 cycles of waiting here. Waiting sucks. So just can't work. Wait, there's a... Okay. What can I do? Buy ship mine fragment. No. I don't need ship mines. Wait, so... Okay, but that's 48, and I can haggle. How much do you give me for a ship mine? 48 times 3. That doesn't seem... No, that's not useful. Where could I get... Where can I get scrap, though? Like, is there a way I could just get scrap somewhere? It's probably just here, right? Like, that's where I can buy the scrap. But I need it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, docking bay B2 is not here. It's not getting that. Oh, right. I wanted to finish the Havenage, the Yatagan agent stuff. Oh, no, I did this already, right? Man, so much has happened this cycle. That's crazy. All right. Well, I'm gonna put my good die into negotiating an access here for the algae. There you go. All right. And then, as always, cross to the rim, eat the kitty, go to sleep. Eat the kitty, repair yourself, and go to sleep. All right. Okay. So, Yatagan agent. This guy always needs the same one. All right, caster. What do you have for me before our relationship breaks down a little bit? Oh, a stabilizer. I don't hate that at all. You know what? I could probably start affording saving scrap for the flotilla. What do we have here? Gimbal lounge. Another 2 cycles here. Don't need that. Head over to the greenway. Cross the greenway. 1 more cycle for the aviary. So let's check in with the algae stack. Yeah, and there you go. That should access. Nice. Oh, now I can access it. Now I need to farm it. That's a lot of work, but okay, fine. There's no more algae in the stack for this cycle. You'll have to wait to grow more. Okay. And I can accelerate the algae growth. I see. Okay, sure. Let's do that. And then, what does reservoir take? Engineer. Yeah. Listen, I'm pretty good at that. So... let's do that. Siphon water. Woo! That is not good. Okay, fine. Fine. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. I don't... I do have scrap components, but that's not going to be enough. Because if I take the scrap components now, I'll lose that condition, which means that I'll have one less die at the start of the next cycle. So I'll just use some of my stabilizers and end the cycle here. Hopefully the waiting game is going to be over soon. Kind of remember that from my first playthrough. There's a lot of like doing nothing. As you leave, you find a note pinned on the outside of the door. It reads, "Sleeper, there's something you need to see. Meet me at the Quadrant as soon as you can. Just keep heading around the ring until you hit the flotilla. I'll be waiting. Peek." You pocket the note and glance around the corridor. Looks like you are doing this. Time to make a plan. There's a lot of assumption that I'm doing stuff that I'm not sure I want to. Okay, Tala, yes. Tala comes to you one shift when the bar is empty, tapping you on the shoulder as you clean the bar. "It's ready." She's grinning from ear to ear. "Can I try?" "Obviously." She grabs you by the arm before you can ask anything else and drags you into the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter, a cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now, the newly installed lights making the place look clean, whether it is or not. Tala has already pulled up a couple of stools around a metal crate where 2 glasses with a few fingers of pale Girol inside sit waiting. She smiles. "I haven't even tried it yet." You can see she's nervous. You both sit at the makeshift table, the slight strangeness of the situation making you both jumpy. Tala hands you a glass. "Cheers," she says solemnly, knocks the glass back. You do the same. The first sensation is burning, a sharp, nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your friend querying whether you would like to activate safe mode. You gulp the drink back, and it is only then, behind the burn, that you taste the earthy tones of the mushrooms, the wood and the soil, left behind like sediment. Barely there. "Not bad, actually." Tala raises an eyebrow. "You sure?" Has promise, though." "You think?" She swirls the glass and puts it down. "Wait, I have an idea." Tala grabs a metal bottle from the newly installed work surface and adds a few drops of water into the Girol. Try again. This time the burn is a warming glow, harsh but fading off, and the woodiness is less heavy. You taste something floral in among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. Both you and Tala meet eyes. It's really good, right? "It is." Tala grins with her whole face, and that makes you smile too. Tala pours out some more Girol and then adds some more water. The action's already taking on the quality of a ritual. You both drink. Tala tucks her feet up beneath her on the stool, folding her legs. She looks down into her glass and swirls the liquid thoughtfully. "Yeah, it's growing on me." Tala laughs. "Go steady, we need to save some for serving in the bar." She smiles. "Thanks for the backup." You clink your glasses together. Tala looks up, at nothing in particular. "My father opened this place, you know," she says out of nowhere, a thought suddenly becoming words. "It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the Eye." "And you were refugees?" "From Chinsa, yeah. It's one of the Ember's lesser moons." She takes a drink. "I don't remember much. I was only tiny when we came. I was just thinking about something my father told me. When he first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Bentayan, but he was afraid it'd scare off the customers, so he kind of translated it, hence the Overlook. And these past few cycles, when I've been in here, I've been thinking that I should rename the place." She looks at you. "The Bentayan. What do you think?" "Well, what does it mean?" "Dad said he translated it to Overlook, so something like that. Watchtower, maybe. Lookout." Tala picks up her glass. "That settles it, then. To the Bentayan." You both clink your glasses and drink up. Tala hisses through her teeth. "Still harsh." She laughs, then suddenly grabs your shoulder. "Oh, Sleeper, I totally forgot." She stumbles to her feet. She lurches over to a corner of the room, covered with a plastic sheet, and whips it off, like a magician performing a trick. Beneath it is a neat little kitchen, a sink, a work surface, and a compact oven with a hob. "Your kitchen!" She doesn't give you time to respond. "You can come make stuff here anytime as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. I need those for the Girol. I was thinking too that if things pick up, we can start serving proper food at the the Bentayan." She laughs. "Do you like it?" Yeah, it's perfect. Tella gives you a hug, then quickly stands back. Sorry, I'm so glad you're here. She grins. Me too. As Tella tidies away the glasses, you inspect the kitchen, checking that it all works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you've had to put up with, it feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tala comes back through the bar and you share a glass of the good Girol, the one she didn't distill. And this time you talk about nothing in particular, sharing stories about regulars or discussing the best place to eat on the Eye, which, after everything that has happened, feels like a nice change of pace. When it comes time to leave, you promise to cook for Tala and agree to let her know which shifts you'll be working in the coming cycles, and then slip out into the cool of the rotunda. And in this moment you feel for once at home. Aw, that's cute. I have another upgrade point. Need 2 more though. Okay. So what can we do here? Bar shift, cook matsutake, or cook Girols? Yeah, sure, here. Oh! There, let's cook some matsutake. Oh, nice. Okay, this is where I can make my own energy. I love that. That's good. I can get cryo. I can get shifts. This is great. I kind of want to stay here, to be honest. Kind of want to stay here. Yeah, I know. Side rail, whatever. I have some good dice, so let's just head to the greenway. Oh, are we finally done in the aviary? Not what I wanted. Oh, challenge is clicking today. I'm not getting the caps that I need. Okay. Oh, I don't know. There, germinate some spores. It's really hard getting those what are they called? Club heads. Where do I get more club heads? Maybe if I forge for them? Only get Girol caps. So let's get some spores, I guess. Yeah, man, another like 4 cycles just to get this done. Ridiculous. Okay, sure. There you go. All right. Oh yeah, and this guy wanted to meet with me, right? Where are you? There you go, Peak. Hi, Peak. Sleeper. Peak catches your attention from the shadowy corner they were leaning against. Any trouble getting up here? Ah, this place is huge. It certainly is. Havenarch have been busy. Come take a look at this. They beckon you over to a nearby window which looks across the ruined ring to the blinking red lights of the Havenarch cordon. Do I see it? Oh yeah, I guess it's this. The cordon's temporary structures, a net of metal struts meant to detect and dissuade any ships from entering or leaving the flotilla, jut out into the black. And all around, the tugs flit, securing them in place and tending to the red blinking drones that demark the quarantine. It's an impressive and worrying sight. What do you think? Peak interrupts your thoughts. How would you get through? Just go for it hard and fast. Peak raises an eyebrow. Not exactly what I was expecting, as that would surely end up with the Briar being quarantined. But it would get us through. Peak squints at the red lights. Better safe for a plan B, I think. It wasn't a suggestion for you. I still don't care. Peak turns away from the window and rubs their forehead. Ash has really wrapped us up into something here, hasn't she? The question is spoken under their breath, and they don't seem to expect an answer. The silence grows. Why are you helping the flotilla? Peak looks up. You don't think it's a worthy cause? It's a worthy cause? They pause. We ran into them when we escaped Hawthorne. Ash insisted we investigated their distress signal. I'm not saying we shouldn't have. Peak stares out at the window, at the distant, blinking lights of the arrived ships. It's just... Peak brushes back their hair. Forget it. Let's focus on the plan. They flash you an easy smile. It doesn't matter why, we're the ones who are going to help them. The way I see it, there are 3 parts to making it through that cordon. They gesture out the window at the strange structure. Deception, distraction, and speed. We'll need all of them for a clean passage through. Deception means tricking the cordon security into thinking that we are meant to be here. Maybe a tug escort would work? Anything that makes the Briar look official. Distraction, meanwhile, will be all about diverting attention so that no one looks too hard at what the Briar is doing. If we can create a gap in the cordon's scanning and deterrent systems, that should keep them busy. Finally, speed will mean making sure the Briar is ready to roll. Perhaps we can do a little work on the ship to get it ready? Ash surely wouldn't mind. They lean back from the window. How does that sound? I don't care, honestly. I'm sorry. Good. Good to hear, Peak grins. Peak looks down at their slate. 10 cyclists left. They glance out the window at the cordon nervously. 10 cyclists to gather the supplies and prep this plan. It's tight. I say so. Peak looks at you. If this goes wrong. Peak sighs. Just get out, okay? They squeeze your shoulder. I'll follow Ash anywhere. But you don't need to get dragged down with us. Okay. Good. Peak brightens a little. I don't need any more guilt than I already have. Let's get to it. Peak stretches. I'll tell Ash about the improvements to the Briar, and the rest? Well, let's explore the cordon as best as we can and look for openings. I have no idea what guardian angel sent you to us, Sleeper, Peak smiles, but I'm very glad they did. Okay, a new drive. Breaking quarantine. You know what? If it gives me upgrade points, I'll definitely do that for you. But not today. I've done a lot of work, a lot of drives finished. Didn't get the mushrooms that I wanted, but I think I am both a bartender, a cook, and a mushroom farmer now, which, you know, all things considered, is pretty good. So, as always, feed the kitty and end the cycle. I don't need to self-repair. I'm still pretty good. Long night. All right. And you know what? I think this is a really good time to end it. I think we're getting to the end of the base game. We'll see how the DLC shakes out. I know from my previous playthroughs that there's different endings you can go into. We'll see which one we'll find out. I don't know if some of those might cut off the DLC. We'll find out. But yeah, that was fantastic. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed some of this, just like and subscribe. Don't worry, you don't have to come revisit, but it does help me. Okay, and that's it. Thank you, everybody. Bye.